Hello everyone, welcome back to Mr. English. I'm your host, and today we bring you a complete world news update. Stay with us as we cover the most important global developments shaping our world right now. Let's begin. Top story: rising tensions in the Middle East. We start in the Middle East, where tensions are continuing to rise. Concerns are growing over a possible wider conflict involving Iran and Israel. Recent reports indicate increased military activity, including airstrikes and heightened alert levels. The situation has become even more complicated with the involvement of Hezbollah, which has been engaged in cross-border clashes. Civilians in affected areas are facing uncertainty, while global leaders are calling for restraint. Diplomatic channels are active, but the risk of escalation remains a major concern for the international community. Europe. The continuing war in Ukraine. Moving to Europe, the Russia-Ukraine war continues with no immediate resolution in sight. Heavy fighting is ongoing in eastern regions, and both sides are reinforcing their positions. Efforts to negotiate peace have so far failed to produce a lasting ceasefire. The humanitarian situation remains serious, with thousands displaced and infrastructure heavily damaged. International support for Ukraine continues, while calls for peace negotiations grow louder. Global power struggle, US-China relations. Now to Asia and global politics. Relations between China and the United States remain tense. The two global powers are competing in areas such as trade and tariffs, advanced technology, military influence, especially in the South China Sea. Both nations continue to assert their positions, and the world is closely watching how this rivalry will shape the future global balance of power. Global economy. Slow but steady recovery. Turning to the global economy. According to the International Monetary Fund, the world economy is showing signs of moderate growth. However, challenges remain. Inflation continues to affect many countries. Cost of living pressures are still high. Some economies are recovering more slowly than others. Despite this, there are positive signs, including growth in technology, renewable energy, and international trade. Climate change. Global action continues. Climate change remains one of the biggest long-term challenges. Countries around the world are continuing their commitments under the Paris Climate Agreement. Recent efforts include expanding renewable energy projects, protecting forests and biodiversity, reducing carbon emissions. However, extreme weather events remind us that urgent action is still needed. Global health. Lessons after COVID-19. In global health news, countries continue to strengthen their healthcare systems after the COVID-19. There is now a stronger focus on pandemic preparedness, faster vaccine development, international cooperation. Health organizations are working to ensure the world is better prepared for future health crises. Science and space. Comet watch. In science news, astronomers are closely watching a comet making a rare and dramatic pass near the Sun. This event could either cause the comet to break apart or create a spectacular in the sky. Scientists around the world are monitoring the situation closely. A shift toward global cooperation. Despite ongoing conflicts and challenges, there are also signs of progress. Countries continue to work together on climate initiatives, health programs, economic partnerships. These efforts show that cooperation remains possible, even in difficult times. Closing summary. Let's quickly recap today's top stories. Rising tensions in the Middle East involving Iran and Israel. Continued fighting in the Russia-Ukraine war. Ongoing rivalry between China and the United States. Moderate global economic recovery reported by the International Monetary Fund. Continued climate action under the Paris Climate Agreement. Strengthened global health systems after COVID-19. Outro. That's all for today's in-depth world news update. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mr. for more daily updates and clear explanations of global news. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next vid.